record this one right here, son. Forget the Facebook live feed. This gonna be on YouTube right here.
Real throwback.
Real throwback.
Yeah, just to hear that he mowed grass, man. I'm just
Now
so blessed.
Wayne, y'all, I think y'all got some of the same DNA. You and Ty got. I'm gonna tell you why I said that. I just named the Hall of Fame list, High School, and we talking about Dave Campbell. And then he says, I said, you know, we used to looking at Dave Campbell magazine, and this is, I'm recording this, so you can't worm your way out of this.
Okay.
He says, he knew when he saw his name in there, he was legit. And he said, your name wasn't in there, you wasn't nothing. He looked at me and started laughing. That's the kind of stuff you was saying.
Well, I mean,
because you don't make Dave Campbell, you ain't nothing.
Well, it's a chance you're going to start when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, like, all the legit football players that had something going on was in Dave Campbell, Texas football. And
what you mean, all the legit football players?
I mean,
all the
that
ones
man didn't want to go to Oak Cliff for nothing. He didn't want to send nobody over there to.
But he went to every house.
Every district in the state was.
Okay, I wasn't nothing. You told me I was. Okay. This is what Wayne told me last week.
I don't believe that.
Wayne told me I was a scrub because I told him I couldn't make South Oak Cliff basketball team. I tried out 3 years. He said, "Cause you was a scrub." I said, "Dennis Rodman couldn't even make that team, and he's an NBA Hall of Famer." So y'all just alike. Y'all just alike.
Well,
now, Tyrone, you had some topics that you wanted to bring for discussion.
Did I?
Oh, no.
I'm trying to see what topic. The NBA, I'm excited about.
Oh yeah,
right now.
what do y'all think? Now you're a Laker fan, right?
Right.
He's a Laker fan. I'm actually a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
So we can't talk about that. But I'm a diehard Spurs fan.
I'm a Spurs fan.
What I'm enjoying about the NBA, it seems like they don't play during the regular season, play defense. And suddenly in the playoffs, they play defense. And the games are more exciting for some reason.
And they act like they get fouled on every play.
Yes.
You're not used to nobody. You're not playing the Mavericks. You're playing the Lakers. They're not giving that up.
Yes, and so the playoffs have really been exciting because they are actually letting them play. First of all, the refs letting them play, and it's not like a all-star game every night. It's grit and grind basketball.
It ain't no.
And I owe somebody who I was really thrilled to know that I was a fouler and
he throw the best picks ever.
I felt like the schoolyard Charles Oakley when he said that. I felt proud.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. I mean, you want a pick set?
Hey, I got one reel right here and the other one down there called the picks and fouls and body slams and all of that.
I didn't learn how to play basketball really until college, and it was intramurals. So I wasn't really a basketball. I learned how to shoot a little bit.
But you know what I said when I moved down here, and we used to playing in leagues. You could drive the lane and all of that. And I'm like going to the blood, so I'm like, they trying to kill folk over here. And I was like, some of y'all got football scholarships playing basketball.
That was a problem. That was my problem. Wayne knows.
You foul so hard on the basketball court, they say he might make a good little tackle.
Well, I was wondering why everybody picked me all the time. You know, when we pick up basketball, they always pick me. I didn't know I was that physical.
He physical. So he ain't gonna. So this is the thing. If you had Tyrone on your team, he not gonna shoot a lot. So that means you got more shots. But he gonna play defense and he gonna set picks. He gonna make sure you get the ball. So that's the advantage if you're a shooter or if you're a scorer because you already know.
Well, I know and he's here. Every time I had one of them teams that was sponsored, the first player I picked was who? Reggie. I got Reggie. Then I got Tyrone. I said, we got the front line.
When he called me that, I said, well, I forgot about that. Pick around a foul.
Pick around a foul.
Tyrone was talking about the NBA playoffs, and they short the benches. Everybody don't get to play. You know, the lineup they playing with maybe 8 to 9 players, and it's legitimate basketball. It's good basketball that they're playing.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I enjoyed the college basketball.
Oh yeah, I mean ever since they got down to like the Elite Eight, the Sweet 16 in college. All these games been worth watching.
Yes.
Right. And the NBA is worth watching now. I mean,
Do you think because they're getting hurt a little bit because they didn't play hard during the season? Because I've been noticing a lot of guys, like Chris Paul's got a groin now, so that's gonna hurt.
Oh, he's done. The Mavericks showed you how to beat Chris Paul last year. Attack him. And now he's 38, now his groin hurt. He's done. But I'm gonna tell you two things I've observed. I want to see Phoenix get beat, and I'm sick of Golden State. I really am. And I want to see Phoenix get beat because I don't like how KD. I'm gonna go over here, look like I get a championship. That's that AAU type of ball stuff. And I'm gonna tell you another reason. Monty Williams is about the most whining coach. You know, he's not a good in-game coach.
Well, he falls for the sensitivity.
Yeah.
If you're a coach, you can't let your players' sensitivity drive your decision.
Yeah.
Me and Wayne played for coaches that yelled at us, and we didn't go home and tell our mamas or pal where the coach had to come console us. And so Williams, he's falling into their sensitivity. You sensitive, then you sit there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it won't take long for that player not to do that anymore. But when you let it thrive, your whole team's a bunch of sensitive players.
I mean, he started last year with DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
If I'm 7 feet and I'm playing the Mavericks and Dwight Powell on me, y'all quit taking them threes. Throw the ball down there to me.
Exactly.
Look what the Nuggets are doing to him.
Yeah. Well, they got somebody that can do it to anybody.
That's his kryptonite. Is Jokic, and because he's gonna take him outside.
Yeah.
He plays from the outside. He's gonna pass, make good decisions, and he can shoot the three, or he can do whatever he want to do. But that's his problem. He's not a post-up player, but then he can go down and post up if he wanted to. So when you put DeAndre Ayton in that type of situation where he had to come all the way out to three, and Jokic is passing the ball from 3-point land,
or he might shoot.
And he do that one-legged fade. He don't even jump. That dude is about the most unorthodox. But you can't stop it. We need points. Okay, I'm gonna give you 39.
So what do you think about this? So who do you think should have won the NBA MVP?
Jokic.
He had the better numbers.
And I'm gonna say why. Embiid been crying about that, but then I almost tried to make it. I guess if you gotta be a European to win it. He whined and cried. And then when it was in the balance, I'm like, okay, they finna play 76ers. He took it. No, he did one of those load management, and then played against the Mavericks 2 days later.
Right. When they went to Denver, I think it was,
He said out,
and that's your chance to prove.
Y'all want to prove which one's the fastest. Well, you're not gonna skip no track meet. I'm gonna beat Tyrone. I'm gonna beat Wayne. You know what I mean? It ain't none of that.
Well, it's called a showdown. It's called a showdown. Exactly. I'm not gonna miss the showdown. So if I have a chance to play against you head to head, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you that I'm a better player. I'm gonna show the world that I'm a better player than he is. Because I'm gonna sit here and I'm finna take over.
So what y'all saying is the Joker is a better player?
Yeah, I'm saying like they gave the MVP to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid numbers wasn't better than.
So they gave it to him off of.
Whining and crying, and they didn't want to give Joker three in a row. That's like you could have gave it to Kareem every year. You could have gave it to Michael every year.
Yeah.
But the Joker got a better game. If I had to pick one of them on my team, I want the Joker.
The Joker may win the NBA championship.
Well, if they don't, it's like if
they have to stay healthy. Denver's problem every year they're the #1 seed. They up in the top 5 is getting hurt. Injuries. They have been stung by the injury bug every time it's playoff.
They got a lot of depth.
They got a lot of depth.
And see, if you watching them games, that's what's really killing Phoenix. You traded everybody but Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And now your bench had what, 2 points?
Yes.
A whole game.
Yeah, 2 points.
A whole game.
They said they outscored them. Denver's benches outscored them 200 and something to I think it was like 90 something points.
I mean, once you got And Kevin Durant, if he got to give you 40 for that. He can't give you 25.
No.
He got to give you 40.
If Kevin Durant scored under 30 points, that's a win for you. Because even with Devin Booker scoring, because they don't have any more scores. Who was their other scorer? Chris Paul. Chris Paul can give you 16.
And
Aiden, he's gonna get you 16, but you
don't know if he's gonna show up.
Yeah, but you run down there. You played in the paint, right? And you played on teams with me. You running down there to get in position. I done pulled up.
Yeah, it's two perimeter players.
Run down there.
Carlos Briggs.
Yeah, Carlos Briggs.
Yeah, but you got two perimeter players that's gonna shoot the ball. That's primarily outside, so you're not gonna get so many touches. So you got to rebound. You got to get offensive rebounds.
But you pay him a whole lot of money just to be a rebounder.
Yeah, but that's on the coach too. Because when you talk about playoffs, you have to make in-game adjustments, and you have to adjust every single game. Every single game, whatever that opponent did to you, you got to have a plan for it and know what you're going to do. You got to make in-game adjustments, and you got to make game-to-game adjustments. So he's not doing that, so that's why Phoenix didn't beat.
Oh yeah,
and they may get swept. So
and you know, if you think about when they played the Mavericks, they won the first two games because they were isolating Luka. They hunting Reggie Miller. They hunting Luka. They hunting. But I'm like, Luka got 42. He got 42 the first game, 43 the second. But they're killing Luka. Then the rest of the series, Luka averaged 40 and something. Right. But those guys was hot, and they figured out, we're going to take one of y'all away. We're going to take Chris Paul away. Mm-hmm. And we're going to make Yellow Boy have to fight through some picks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's what you do. I attack Chris Paul every time.
So will Harden score over 30 tonight? That's going to be interesting.
If he were another,
will Embiid play tonight?
If he were another outfit like that he had on, did you see that outfit?
I don't really look at that stuff. I just turned it on. I switched channels.
Lord.
When you get a certain age, you can't handle it.
Yeah, like what is that he got on?
And then you know the thing about it is, it probably costs him probably about $5,000 to $10,000 for that outfit.
But you know the funny thing is, everybody, it ain't no crime to go to strip joints. 2 days before, when the team flew to, who they playing? Boston. Mm-hmm. He flew to Vegas. They got into it with a bodyguard or somebody at a strip club.
That's exactly what I heard.
He into it he's at a strip club.
With a banner.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta get my mind right. So, you know, the thing about it is, I saw one of them comedians, during the year they talking about James Harden want to go back to Houston. And they say he missed the strip clubs. So this dude went to this high dollar strip club. I ain't gonna call no name. Y'all know where it is. I know you would know, man.
Probably in Atlanta. Probably in Atlanta.
No, this was in Houston.
I know every one of those.
So they turned around and they asked the guy that owned it. He said, yeah, James here. You know, everybody like James. And the guy said, yeah, this is a high-end place, and y'all get a lot of, you know, NBA professional athletes. Said, yeah, he loved the girls, blah, blah, blah. And then they went and asked one of the pole dancers. And the dude said, you know, when you get all these ballers coming in here making it rain. And she said, yeah, but James bring a tsunami.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
And how did you get illegally? I'm not going to talk about stripping and all of that. For a game, did y'all have pre-game rituals?
Well, you do, but that's not one of them. I mean, for a guy like that, and the NBA coach is different. NBA coaches, they travel from city to city, and they don't play until nighttime. So you have a private jet, you may not take off till the next morning, and then you have a shoot around, and then you stay in that city after you play, or you have an off day to travel the next day or whatever. So those guys love to hit the clubs. Even in Dallas, when you go to the clubs in Dallas or whatever, when I used to frequent the clubs in Dallas, you would always see whoever the Mavericks played that night, you would see them in the club that night. Those guys, because they would fly out the next morning. But if they had a back-to-back game or whatever, they might get on the jet that night and fly out. But those guys are pretty much, but football is not like that. Football, you stay in your hotel the night before the game. Even when you're at home, you staying in a hotel. You don't even get to stay in your own home. So you probably get with your team at probably about 5 o'clock that afternoon, watch a movie, go over meetings, special teams, and this, that, and another. Sometimes you might watch an inspirational movie, but it's all about team at that time. And then that next morning, about 8 or 9, depending on what time game time is, then they'll let you go home. That's when you're at home. So you still stay at a hotel when you're at home. So and that's the ritual the whole year, staying in a hotel.
Well,
right before the game.
Bobby touched on over there at the eatery. When I said Tyrone is coming, he said, that ain't right, you got all these Cowboy fans up there. I said, Wayne Walker ain't no Cowboy fan. He takes the stick, still paying him. He ain't paying nothing.
Well, no, he's never been a Cowboy fan.
No.
Hey, I got a story for you.
Okay.
The Cowboys are playing the Dolphins. Me and him taking government classes. He may not know. I doubt he's been through way more than me. So we having government class. Cowboys play the Dolphins on Monday night. That's the night Nat Moore and the Duper Clayton situation. They beat us. He harassed me the whole class period. And I knew right then, he almost made me cry. But I knew we was getting close to the track season and we couldn't fight.
Yeah. he that type of guy.
But he egged me on that whole class period. And I found out then, I said, this guy is a hater. And he sat right next to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey,
But
He don't have no heart or no conscience.
No.
He sit right there and told me I was a scrub. That's why I couldn't make the team. And then you came in here and said I wasn't in Dade County
No, I didn't say you were.
But is Touchstone a Cowboy fan? He's not the
No, you're a Dolphin fan.
Oh,
man.
Well, let me ask y'all one more basketball related, and then I try to save my football because you don't really know much about basketball, you know.
I'm a football
All
guy.
I gotta do is bring up your brackets. He ain't no bracketologist.
Everybody,
I think
everybody
every HBCU team.
If you would have told anybody that San Diego State was gonna play in the championship,
And who is
against UConn?
I picked UConn to win it all, so I won the bracket at
Really, you picked UConn from the beginning?
Yeah, from
Well,
the championship.
let me ask you this: what you want, a medal or a chest to pin it on?
But see,
I can't tell you.
but his bracket was busted, so I mean, we didn't have one to talk. I mean,
Okay, well, the Laker Warriors. I know that is just everybody want to see that. You're a Laker fan. You going for the Lakers or the Warriors in this series?
I'm going for the Lakers because, and this is the reason, because I see so much disdain and dislike for LeBron James. I've watched him play. We've been all watching him play, and it's not just what he does on the court, but what he represents off the court. I'm not a Laker fan at all.
No.
But I'm rooting for LeBron James only because he gets so much backlash comparing him to Jordan. Or he's on this super team. Nobody gives this guy a break. Nobody gives this guy a break. You say LeBron, the first thing's he's not better than Jordan, but Jordan played 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Why are we not talking about what this young man is bringing now? You can't tell me he's not a role model to some youngsters. You can't tell, he got a son.
He's in a whole school district to college.
You got Jordan selling shoes, this new deal to school. So you're going to tell me you're going to have that much disdain for this guy. That's the only reason I'm rooting for the Lakers, because I want LeBron to be successful. But I think Anthony Davis is the key to this. If Anthony Davis can stay healthy,
Like play 2 games in a row.
like play 2 games in a row and stay on the court, they got a chance to at least get to the championship game. But it'll be tough with Denver again.
Oh yeah. Well, my deal is I ain't no Laker fan either. But I'm a LeBron James fan. I want to see him. You ain't seen Steph Curry or Klay Thompson or nobody do anything in the hood.
Yes, that's what I'm
You ain't
talking
seen
about.
them do nothing. But LeBron James, you can't even root against him in life.
I don't know. I don't know. When I say this, I'm not trying to be socially unconscious. I don't know if it's the crab in the buckets mentality. I don't know what that is. That just the dislike for him. I just have never understood that. This guy's been a role model basketball player. who's playing at a high level, and he's almost 40.
Yeah,
And he's still with his wife and his children. He's winning at home.
I mean, a model citizen. I mean, if the head of your franchise is LeBron James, man, you're doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a model player. He's a model guy. You know, you just think about it. And even with social justice issues, he'll speak up at them. You never heard Jordan speak out on anything that was social justice.
Nothing.
He don't want to lose.
Matter of fact, he shies away from it. He shies away from it.
He didn't want to lose sponsors.
He shies away from it. So it's certain guys like LeBron, Edridge, and James, guys who stand up for something.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so that's why I'm rooting for LeBron.
I root for LeBron for the same reason, and it's somebody else that we know that we talk about on Sundays at church, that when you got everybody saying you ain't nothing, then why we can't just accept LeBron for who he is?
Who he is.
You know, the dude is an all-time lead scorer in the history of the NBA.
Right.
He's like top 5 in assists, and he's way up there.
Right.
And so when you start talking about LeBron James, first thing, well, he ain't good as Michael Jordan.
That's the
Two
first
different
thing.
eras. They played in two different eras. Yeah.
Michael Jordan was beating Craig Elo and them kind of folk.
And he was the originator of the flop and the Jordan rules.
Oh, yeah.
I got into an argument with a debate. I try not to argue anymore. I'm getting better. But I got into a debate with a guy. I said, he talks about how LeBron is soft and he flops and he acts like he's hurt. I said, Jordan invented that. Jordan created the Jordan rules. He went to the commissioner's office complaining about the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And so and now LeBron, all he's doing is playing within the rules he's given.
Yeah,
That was given to him by the guys who played before him.
right.
That's right.
And them first 3 series, I was Detroit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When Michael Jordan was
And then when he lost that second time to Detroit, he went straight to the commissioner's office. Nobody had ever done that.
No.
He isolates Zeke, still dislikes Zeke for who knows why, and only because they played physical basketball.
It's 2 things. The Bad Boys. I think we talked about this. Bad Boys. It's only one guy that I didn't see them mess with. 2 guys, because they didn't mess with Elijah. Well, Elijah was pretty much. They were pretty much done when Elijah got there. But Karl Malone, when Isaiah came through the lane and Karl Malone just hit him with that forearm, and he was bleeding everywhere. All of them ran over there, man, you didn't have to hit him like that. They didn't try to get up on him. But you know what, Wayne? Let me say this now. Tyrone, I want to applaud Tyrone because during basketball season, he can practice this emotional intelligence. He can do it while he's talking about basketball. But we troll each other during football games.
I can't talk to him.
Boy,
Well, you know,
Can't talk to
well, see, during football season, I'm on Facebook.
I love it.
So I see the exchange that's going on.
You should
You know,
help me.
but I don't get in it, you know, because in 1 minute you root for the Cowboys, and then as soon as they start losing, you say something bad.
Well,
And then Tyrone is gonna stay firm and strong. But you, here we go again. That's your mentality.
And the problem I have, Wade, is the game has just started. And then if we win, he's celebrating. That's what I don't get. He won't let the game get started.
Well, I always take them. I post during the game.
You supposed to do it again.
You know, Tyrone come after the fact.
Yeah, I
Say, man, look. Somebody say, well, what they just say? Man, I posted that in the first quarter. It's the fourth quarter. In-game post is like, in-game commentators.
And if the Cowboys was your girlfriend, y'all would have broke up so many times and got back together. It don't make no sense.
At the end of the game.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
At the end of the game.
Let's just throw this out there. Anybody went to high school with me, I didn't have a whole lot of girlfriends. No way.
I'm glad the Cowboys about that.
Y'all take them to the prom. I see them at the after party.
So you read me being aggravated with him?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get involved because I know how passionate Cowboy fans are, so I don't never get involved. But I see the exchange going on,
Wait a minute. So I'm tell you what's funny. Tyrone, he be getting mad. Yeah, anger. I call him old cyberbully. You know, and wait a minute. He say, "See, you stupid. You stupid or something." My aunt in Texas said, "Don't be talking about him like that. He's a good
One guy
man."
threatened me. One of your deacons or somebody said, "You want me to go and get it?"
No, because they none of my deacons Cowboy fans.
Somebody in your family that
They
came.
were laughing.
I started saying, we
Wait, my aunt say, "Don't be saying that. He's my nephew's a good man." I say, Amy, chill out.
And see whether they win or lose, Tyrone is right there and he gonna stand firm. You?
Oh man.
Well, I'll tell you.
Well, next year,
I ain't doing it next year.
We'll win a game if Dax don't do such and such.
Since we on Facebook and we recording this, and it's gonna be on YouTube and we got audio. I'm saying this right now on April, or what's the date? Another day is May the 3rd.
Yes.
May the 3rd, 2023. The Philadelphia Eagles will win the NFC. And Dak Prescott is going to screw up like he been doing in the playoffs. And let me ask you this, Mr. Tyrone, Mr. Silver and Blue Blood. It's Cowboys got Cowboy fans. I'm Cowboy fan. Got Cowboy fanatics. You got Cowboy fools. Right. They can bring y'all and say, we went on and got Dwayne Walker and Tyrone. We're gonna put him in the slot. Oh, that's all we needed. I'm telling you, they go fool for it.
Right.
But here's my thing. I'm gonna ask you this, and I won't listen, and you get to.
Okay.
Okay. Name me a quarterback. We've had 7 years of Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Okay. You see his flaws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Name a quarterback that going into his 8th year he got better. That's who he is. He's that bum that throw all them interceptions, and the reason why we ain't going nowhere when you keep throwing the same. Help me, Lord Jesus.
Rich Gannon. There's been several
Rich
quarterbacks.
Gannon, that was in '98.
It doesn't matter. He played a long time before he got.
Rich Gannon was on a crappy team, though. Remember, he got on a good team.
Well, let me finish. Jim Plunkett. He was almost 40 years old before he started winning. It doesn't matter.
You're looking at the History Channel.
See, okay, Wayne, I want you
over the last 20 years, Tyrone.
He wants Dak gone. Who are you going to get?
There's nobody you can replace him.
That's what. Get another 4th-round draft pick.
No, you can't. See, we can tell you that
the 49ers got the last man in the draft, and he beat us.
But you don't know when you're going to get that. It's not.
I know what we got.
Stone. Hey, let me tell you something. They were not sold on Purdy, and they still not. It's not etched in stone that you're going to replace. Look how long it took to replace Troy Aikman. It didn't just happen.
You know what?
They still haven't replaced him.
No, they still haven't replaced him.
Well, you got to start at the top. If they would have let Bill Parcells there.
When was the last time the Bears had a quarterback, the Chicago Bears? When was the last time they had a quarterback?
Let me see. When the last time I watched the Chicago Bears game? Or I watched them play the Cowboys?
No, I'm saying they're a historical franchise. Wayne, you're a football guy.
Get McMahon.
And that's how I'm gonna go. So you just don't hit.
And he wasn't really a quarterback. The same recipe that Chicago had when they won the Super Bowl is what the Cowboys trying to do, because they won with their defense. So the Cowboys are strong defensive-wise, but you have to score points. But you can't turn the ball over is what Dax is doing. Dax, you can't turn the ball over.
Now, here's my problem with Dak Prescott. Okay, here's the difference. Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. Jalen Hurts is a 2nd-round draft pick. Jalen Hurts, once he made it, he go to Tom Brady camp. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Tom Brady camp. He worked on his game. Dak Prescott making sleeper commercials, and he got a football field in his yard, and he throwing to receivers that can't get open with nobody on him. He ain't went nowhere to try to hit him. Troy Aikman said, "I'll work with him." He ain't went try to work with nobody.
How do you know that?
Troy Aikman said it. He asked it. When he was in his 2nd year, they asked Troy, "Do you ever work with?" He said, "I've gone to Dak and let Dak know I'm available," but he never got back with me. So you too good to go get some help?
What I'm saying, see, is you always think it's like automatic popcorn. Who are you going to replace him with?
I'm just saying. I had a car that looked good on the outside. It was the Maxima. Nissan came out to the Maxima. I had the spoke rims, it was sharp, had the rag top and after about 3 or 4 years, I had to keep getting something replaced on it. And after a while, I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna replace something, I'm gonna replace that car.
Yeah, but you never know. It's a big gamble on knowing what you're gonna get. With him, like Wayne just said, you know what you got. You gotta work on these.
Wayne wants Dak Prescott to stay there because Wayne never go win with him.
You know the thing with the Cowboys is like I said, they're pass happy and they don't have receivers to get open. Like you have to be more reliant on the run, which they're not. They have small receivers, and I don't think they've done enough this year about going out and getting Cooks. They went out and got Cooks, but
Cooks like a stretch the field guy, ain't he?
He's like a stretch the field guy, but I don't think they've done enough. I think they should have went out and tried to get someone like DeAndre Hopkins. And then you put DeAndre Hopkins and a guy like CeeDee Lamb together, which is a deep threat, and then you got the ultimate possession type receiver. You need somebody that can get open and catch the ball.
Okay, let me ask you this, Wayne.
But I think Michael Gallup
was Kellen Moore a little bit of Dak's problem, trying to perfect example, playing the Jaguars is 3rd and 2. You choose to throw the ball. It's a tip pass, which has 6 tip interceptions. Dak Prescott. Out of all those interceptions, 6 of them was tipped by the receiver. It comes off Brown's hands into the Jaguars' hands. It's a touchdown. Kellen Moore did that several times. Now I'm not saying Dak needs to work on his interceptions.
Is Dak audibleizing out of the place though? Is he checking out of the place?
McCarthy looked over at Moore and said, you need to run. He cussed him out right there. He said, you need to run the ball. So Dak couldn't have audiblized if McCarthy, that wasn't the only time McCarthy turned around and back and had something to say to Kellen Moore.
But the thing about it is, that follows on McCarthy. Because if you're the head coach, you're going to run what I want you to run. And then on 4th down, you go to the head coach and he'll make that decision whether we're going to go forward or we're going to punt. We're going to punt.
But let me ask you this, Wayne. You up at another level at this. Do you, when that's going on, it's in real time.
Right.
Do you ask the coach, hey, you gonna run it or you gonna throw it, or is that all on the OC?
Well, it's not all on the OC because the head coach has more input. You have so many people in the press box. You have probably 4 defensive coaches and you're gonna have 4 offensive coaches in the booth. So they're looking from above to see what the situation is. And you game planned all week. So as a head coach, you know going into this game, if I get to their 40-yard line and I have 3rd and 1, I want to run the ball. But in game situations dictates that sometimes. But as a head coach, if I know it's 3rd and 2, and he's supposed to be an offensive guy too, you have to go to your offensive coordinator and say, hey, I want to run our best running play right now.
Okay.
What do we have available right now that we can run to get these 2 yards and this 1 yard?
So that loss was because of that play.
Right. Because
so you say McCarthy should have more demanded. Because I'm still upset y'all.
I know.
They were up 28-3 at halftime.
Yeah, right.
You don't need